Well, good evening. Good evening, good evening, good evening. There's the link. If anybody wants to take a peek, it's 5 o'clock, 5:01 a little bit, so I'm a minute late. And here I am. So what shall we talk about today? Well, gee, I think it's going to be someone that was went by the name Ralph Avalon, who was recently arrested for, of all things, fraud, forgery, grand theft. So let's bring that up and get where's the frick did it go? There it is. And we'll come over here and I have to present and we share a screen. And we're going to share. Which one would it be? Be that one? No, not that one. No, not that one yet. There it is. So we're going to share this one. And why do I bring this up? Well, because this is a Nimrod that decided to take advantage of a whole bunch of people. And he was arrested. This booking date shows a booking date of May 27th of this year. And here's some of his stuff. Larceny, grand theft, $10,000. No bond. Check this out. No bond. There is no bond. Forgery of a bank bill. No bond. Fraud, utter a false bank bill, note, check, draft, whatever. No bond on that. Amazing. Look at there. There's contempt of court. He violated an injunction for protection of domestic violence, and he's got no bond on that. So this guy purported himself to be some sort of quote-unquote patriot and went up to oh shit, why is that not freaking, oh, okay, there we go. All right. Went up during that hurricane damage up there in North Carolina and started doing what scammers do best. And that's begging for donations. Now, gee, who does that sound like right now that's begging for donations? Who is that? We all know who it is. We all know who's begging for the donations. But this guy took it a few steps out of the way and was here's from the this is from the Palm Beach mugshots website where they have his mugshot here, the same one that I just showed you. This is, you know, and I'm doing this so that you can verify and know that I'm not just friggin' talking bullshit. Here it is again, grand theft, $10,000 to $20,000, original bond none, current bond 0. Forgery, bank mill draft note, no bond, contempt of court, violated an injunction of protection for domestic violence. So he violated a protection order, and he's in contempt of court over that. So we have that. And then you come over here. Now, here's where we get into the interesting. So this is over at the traffic report page on YouTube that exposes a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff. And if you look down here from 5 months ago, you see all this crap for Ralph Avalon. Now, this is kind of strange because lo and behold, here we have again another freaking jackass, con artist, scam artist, bullshit, convict. Why are all these people like that? That is, oh, what? Getting exposed by team hate. Because we just hate everybody. We just hate everybody. Yeah, okay, whatever you want to say. But 5 months ago, Team Hate, well, part of Team Hate was already onto it. And I'm not going to sit here and take credit for doing anything, because this was actually brought about by other people, but it seems kind of strange that 5 months ago, here it is on the traffic report. And there's, what do we got? We got 15 minutes there, an hour and a half there, 30 minutes here. So we got about 3 hours of videos about him. So, I mean, come on. So you got friggin' exposed and zapped. And here we have a next thing up I'm going to bring up and show you guys. This is from Cassie Clark, who evidently is in or has something to do with North Carolina. And I don't know if you guys can read that. Let me see if you guys can read that. You might not be able to read. Oh, no, you can't read it. So let me get back down here to it. I'll read it. Cassie Clark on X posted, and I don't see a date when this was posted. So it couldn't have been too long ago because of she's got the arrest records. But it says here, do y'all remember Ralph Avalon? Ralph, aka Captain Crunch, arrived on the scene in Western North Carolina following Helene and rose to popularity rather quickly. He had wild tales and spoke of injustice while he asked for donations. Ralph made videos in DC, Raleigh, and Western North Carolina. He shared photos. Honestly, he seemed legit, all the way up until he started making appearances in X Spaces. And those of us from Western North Carolina started realizing something was off. The more he talked, the more apparent it became that he was full of it. Who else does that sound like? Then he made a major mistake. He made videos claiming an 18-month-old froze to death in Swannanoa. The problem? I'm from Canton, 30 minutes away. I knew if this story was true, I would have heard about it from family or friends. So I started digging, started making phone calls, and friends started sending me information. What did we discover? Ralph was a con artist. He was lying to and about North Carolina hillbillies to turn a profit. I made a video about it. That video got hundreds of thousands of views. Most were grateful, some were not. I was attacked and received threats. His NGO fell apart as a result, but he didn't give up. Even after he got busted, he continued to con off of Western North Carolina. He just switched platforms. Does that sound familiar? Who else has done that? Not only that, but he allegedly, oh, doggone, I think you got a sneeze, come on. He allegedly stole thousands of dollars from the NGO he was ousted from. Today, Avalona was charged with grand theft and forgery. All that stress I went through, the attacks and threats I experienced over this, it was worth every bit of it. Never be afraid to do the right thing. Never. And she's posted what he's charged with, the dates, and then there's a video on her about the that bullshit story about an 18-month-old. I mean, these kind of guys deserve exactly what they get. Exactly what they get. And even over on YouTube, this is his YouTube channel where he comes off as the captain. I am the CEO of Patriot Survival Solutions and the author of Unbroken Resilience, Lessons from Disasters and Future Risks. Here I will educate you on what you need to do to prepare for any catastrophic event. Really? Because when you go down here and look at the videos, this is another guy that just has run around and chased after money and has lived off of people doing. His last video was 6 months ago. It was 19 seconds long. A visit to FEMA. Well, let's take a quick listen to that. It's only 20 seconds.
All right, so here we are. I'm in Washington, D.C. I'm about to walk into the FEMA building. The building behind me, you can see it. Wow. Yeah, houses 22,797 FEMA employees that are doing absolutely nothing for the survivors of Hurricane Helene in North Carolina. I'll be back.
And then he was never back. Where was another video after that from 6 months ago and then nothing? I tell you what, let's go down here and let's go take a peek. Oh, looky there. Oh, look who the hell does this really look like? Comments are turned off. Gee, I wonder why that is. I wonder why you have comments turned off. One of all the videos have got the comments off. Let's see if this one's got them off.
Good morning.
Yep, that one's got them off. That one's got them off. There's another one. Comments are off. And why do they have comments off? I don't turn comments off, and I don't block people. Comments off on that one. Rustic Ranches in Wellington, Florida today. And the comments are off, of course. Of course. We need to stop the stealing of vital relief supplies in North Carolina. Really? Well, how about you stealing cash from people? Oh, here's one comment. I love that. Ralph, this is rich because you've been stealing money from those people via the donations you took. That's why they don't like comments on their videos. because once they've been outed and exposed, and then here's another one, comments are off on this one. But I am not going to, I don't block people. Oh yeah, he's just Google his name. Just Google this guy's name. It's Ralph Avalone, and there's the name. All you have to do is Google the man, Google his name, and it comes up with tons and tons and tons of crap. And this is so much like someone else that we all know and we're all familiar with. And that's this moron who's got like 4 or 5 different frickin' YouTube channels. And here's some of his crap that he's posted. And I gotta say, he's as much time as this guy spends in bed, eating, sleeping, and doing nothing, he has gained weight. He's starting to look like Jabba the Hutt. Let's see if I can find that. Whoop, that's I just clicked the wrong damn thing. But I'm gonna need it anyway. And he's I tell you, I'm not kidding about this. You know, if you kept up when I do any kind of streaming and stuff like that, this is the first time I've streamed from the house in a long time. Usually I am out and about, running around and doing stuff because number one, I have lots of doctor's appointments that I go to. And it seems like that is never ending. So I'm going to doctor's appointments. I'm out and about. I run my errands. I go pick up prescriptions. I'm running to the grocery store. It seems like, I'm gone for a good 2/3 of the day. A good 2/3 of the day. But every time you see who, he is always streaming from his bed looking like this. And look at that. Look at that. He is really starting to look like Jabba the Hutt. Sorry, man. That's just the way it is. Oh, I'm not even sharing it yet. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Here's Jabba. There you go. And take a look at that. I mean, and he bought that sorry ass background. Doesn't even have it on the wall right. It's supposed to be those little tent thingies that they use on the beach from time to time. So instead of it looking like arrows pointed to the right, it's supposed to be up and down. But he mounted it up there. I bought it from some fabric place, probably Walmart, on the cheap. Oh, hell, he's live almost every day. I kid you not. He is live almost every day. He's doing something. And the bad thing about it is, it's terrible. The stuff that he's doing now is just, I mean, he used to be funny. He used to be hilarious, but now it's just tired old crap. Yeah, he has. He's gained quite a bit of weight. I'll bring back up his channel so you can see. What he's been doing lately, and make sure that it's showing up. There we go. Add to stage. There we okay. So on that, I mean, you can see he shows these little maps of what he claims is Russia kicking the crap out of Ukraine, yada, 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 yada. And then he jumps over and he plays this Stratego game for hours upon hours upon hours and doesn't speak too much when he's doing that. But who the hell is going to watch hours and hours of that? I mean, here's a stream, 3 hours and 15 minutes long, and most of that is Stratego. There's another one, the Stratego time, and that one's about 2 hours long. There's another one that's hour and a half long. And this is what he does. He sits around in his bed. Night after night after night, day after day. Here's a 2-hour stream. You keep going down. There's another 2-hour stream. Here's a 4-hour stream. Now, of course, he thinks he's a expert in women's basketball. When he's not even an expert in anything anyway. Here's more Stratego. 2 hours there, almost 4 hours in that one. And here's an 8-hour one. 7.5 hours, actually. Don't want to get it wrong, so somebody can't say, oh, he's lying about me, saying how long I'm doing streams. Well, he needs a 5150 check. That much is for sure. I will certainly agree with you on that. He's got like 4 or 5 channels that he broadcasts on now. He'll go live and he's broadcasting on all these channels at the same time because he's so desperate for people to watch. He's that desperate for people to watch. But you know, this isn't about him so much as it is about this Ralph Avalon and the scams that he was pulling, because those oh yeah, he still tries to get people to donate, and he claims it's money because he wants to sue people. And all he's going to do with the money is spend it on anything with an alcohol content. Because let me bring up who the real jackwagon is in all of this crap that's been going on and around, and I got to bring up a new browser for it too, so it's going to be a second. because the reason I want to bring up these other people is the mantra is the same. The way they run their shit is the same. It's a con. It's a grift. It's scheming. It's scamming. Whatever label you want to put on it. It doesn't matter what label you want to put on it. You're never going to hear me. Here's some things that you're never going to see on my streams. Number one, I'm never going to ask for money. Why? I'm not going to ask for money. And trust me, it's not that I couldn't use it, but I just don't think that it's necessary. Number two, you are not going to see me eat on a stream. I'm not going to eat anything. You're not going to see me eat on a stream. You will see me drink Coca-Cola or a cup of coffee, something like that. But you're not going to see me. Well, you're not going to see me drink myself into a stupor on a stream because I don't drink. So that's not even an issue. Yeah, he is a MAGA grifter, and I'm going to remove this. What the heck? And then I got to remove that. Why is it telling me to add it to the stage? I don't know. All right, so I'm going to go another present. What in the world is going on there? I'm going to stop that one. There we go. Okay, now I can freaking go in here and fix this. Okay, yeah, here it is. Okay. Now I'm bringing this up, sharing the page. You're going to love this one, John Doe. Come on, why aren't you sharing it? What the frick? Ah, there we go. There it popped up. For some reason, probably because I have to go through a different browser to show it. This is, lo and behold, Roadstars of Rock. Guess whose page that is? What the frick? I can't even frickin' see. What in the world? I know you're sharing a window because I want you to be sharing a window, but I want to see the window. This Roadstars of Rock page, exactly. This is Mark the Con Man Connors page. And as usual, he is trying to scam off of somebody else, as usual. I know StreamYard's sharing a window. I want to see the window, though. What's freaking... Ah, there it is. Okay. So here we have good old Mark. See, Jack Russell passed away last August after Mark had been fired from being their merchandising person. So now he's still trying to cling on to what's left of the coattails. Now, Jack was an alcoholic, a reformed alcoholic. So this crap of Mark putting out this supposed beer that he's supposed to start selling, an alcoholic is not going to sponsor a beer. So this is moron Mark's lame ass attempt to try to get a little. And here he is. There's the man himself, the con man. And you know what's amazing? He hadn't been heard from in ages. Oh, he's thrown out a few little threats out there here and there, but haven't heard from him in freaking ages. And who was it that, oh, you're never going to run me off the internet. I'm always going to be here with the Connors report, and all this other stuff. And then he opened his big mouth and started his bullshit stories. And the band caught on and then started back checking him. And lo and behold, what'd they find out? They found cruise control, and Mark was fucked. Because here's the story that he told. Here's the story that he told to the band. I think this is so fucking funny. I think it's just hilarious. What he actually told the band that there was a group of us that went to Nashville and kidnapped him and drove him all the way to Texas. And took him down to the Rio Grande and held him over a whole bunch of crocodiles or alligators or whatever at the Rio Grande. Now, one would just think, that if that actually had happened, that once Mark would have been released, he would have gone to the police department and had those same people arrested. But that never happened, did it? Because lo and behold, here I'm still sitting here. I don't see any handcuffs on my hands. Like anybody would really believe that? And that's the story that really started kicking off, because this person's 14-year-old daughter said, "Hey, Dad, don't you think you should check on this guy and see what this is about?" And that's what he did. He started back checking his name, because his name's not Tommy Blaze or Johnny Blaze or whatever the fuck he's calling himself now, the Blaze. His name's not Mark Connors. It was, in fact, Mark Newland, because that was his stepdad's name. He's not Mark Connors. His real name is Mark Raymond Cruz, and he is a convicted felon in regards to a child-related crime. I can't say what it was on here, because I guess YouTube flags videos like that. So I'm not going to say what it was. But anyway, getting back to this, if you look at these guys and the similarities between Avalani, Ralph, and scroll through his page and look at the videos and take a listen to some of the crap that he's trying to sell, not necessarily anything for real. Yeah, the daughter was smart to do that. But you just check and see the similarities between Mark and Bob and this Ralph character now, who has been recently arrested. See, I think Mark has something over Bob. you know, I think something happened in that garage when they went down there, because Mark hasn't been on any of his streams in what, 3 years since that happened now. It's been a little over 3 years since that happened. Now, I think a little bit of hanky-panky went on that garage between the two of them. And now I think they both got something over both of their heads. Because if one says one thing about something, then the other one can come out and say something about the same thing. And basically it turn into a big old he said, she said kind of thing. So, but you have not seen Marky Boy on any of Bob's streams. There's been no phone calls that, well, at least that Bob has bothered to put up. He's made very few references towards Mark. But he's I'm serious. You take a look at the similarities between Ralphie Boy and Mark's crap. What the frick is this? This is a new one. Now I got to check something here because I might be. Let's see here. Let's see here. Come on, get up here. Well, maybe it's not on that one. All right, well, we'll go back over to the other page and I'll bring it up. All right, so I'm going to go back over here to the share screen. And we're going to bring up one of his YouTube pages. And this is one of his YouTube pages right here. And notice it's the Jack Russell story, but of course, he turns it into more of I'm going to brag about me type crap. But here's something that he posted 2 days ago. And it was actually, I believe the song was posted on another channel to begin with, but he has since removed that one and put it over here.
Damn, boy, it was a long one out here today. No shit, trouble.
You're so dumb. Look at yourself. Look at your friends. I can't do this anymore. You don't care about me, your job, your drinking. Right now, it's 3 p.m. My shit's gone when you get home.
Hey, Jack, come on over. Let's have a cold beer, brother.
Oh, looky there. There's Jennifer. There's Jennifer on a mechanical bull. And that's probably the most exciting thing she's had between her legs in years. So and this is Marky's frickin' fake ass bullshit video.
America's favorite drinking song. Cold beer. It's good to have you right here. Yeah, Yeah, a party happens every time that you're near. Well, come on, I want to get my buzz on.
Yes, that is Mark singing. And to answer your question, no, Jack Russell is not owned by Mark. Jack passed away last August from a dementia thing that he had that I guess was really freaking bad. Man, we got some bad weather up here all of a sudden. Wasn't expecting that. A little bit of hail out there too. And from I think what they call it, Louis dementia, Louis something syndrome that he passed away from. And Mark just kind of snuck in and hit his widow up and fed her with a bunch of bullshit. And now he's trying to just suck her dry, basically. So again, he's doing nothing but the same shit that he's done before. Exactly. That's exactly what he's doing. He's putting Jack's name on the YouTube channel and he's trying to grift off of it. And that's why we're still here. And I'll still fucking expose his sorry ass, which pisses him off. And I don't care. But go back in here, listen to this sorry ass shit.
We have another drinking song called Cold Beer. Yeah. You see, something happens to all my friends when they hear that top popping up again. It's so nice. Yeah, they're on cold ice. And all the girls, yeah, they're too.
I can't stand that. But again, take a look at, I'm going to scroll down. And remember Ralph Avalon's YouTube page. Well, looky here. Comments are turned off because Mark can't handle the truth. Just like his freaking buddy. Oh my God, he's got a transcript. Yep, there's a transcript for the song. You guys can look at the words if you want to. I'm not going to go over that. Yeah, he's just grifting off of Jack's widow for as long as that money's going to hold out, or until she comes to her senses and realizes what a shitbird that he really is. Because that's exactly what he is. He's just a fucking shitbird that looks for the easy way out. Just like, I'll tell you one real quick one. And I'm going to have to cut this off because the weather's getting bad here. So the Benson, Arizona thing, he conned a guy out of about 40 grand, I guess, and damn near made this guy close the bar. I can talk about it now because the bar now is closed. But this happened a number of years ago when Mark scammed him. And stole the money from him. So I'm going to get out of here because the weather's getting nasty here. So, hey, you guys have a good one. John Doe, you have a good one too. Hopefully I'll have a good rest of the weekend. Have a nice night.